Hey guys, I'm Roger Gaming, and I'm your coach for the Las Vegas Corviknights. We are here for our Week 7 matchup, the last week in the regular season, and let's get started. Alright, so these are the Pokemon I do not anticipate my opponent bringing. Porygon-Z, I really don't see it doing too much against our team. He could have Ice Beam and stuff for Dracovish, but I think it's not really good against my team. Cloyster he may bring. This one I was a little uncertain about because it gets Skill Link, and if he Shell Masters, it can be a really big threat. But Victini deals with it, Dracovish can deal with it, so I'm not really sure he wants to bring it, because before he gets the Shell Smash up, it just can get destroyed. So Ferrothorn is a maybe bring. I think with a Victini, he's going to have a hard time justifying bringing it. Very good against my Dracovish. Rotom I don't think he brings, just because he is a lot weak to my Victini, and I don't think he has something else that could be a weakness to it. I think he could potentially try to bring Excadrill as a counter Sand sweeper, but Dracovish absolutely destroys it in Sand, so I don't think that's the way to go, and Krabby is kind of his joke pick. It was his, mascot pick, so I don't anticipate him bringing that. This is the team I anticipate him bringing. Mega Heracross. It can be very threatening. It hits super hard and has Skill Link, so it can hit multiple times. Tapu Koko is very scary against Dracovish. The Fairy Stab is fairly good against my team. He does not want to be in against my Hippowdon, though, or my Mawile. Mawile can deal with it pretty well. Infernape, I anticipate him bringing just because of my Mawile. I think it could do well against that, and it has a few priority moves like Mach Punch and Fake Out. So I think he could potentially do that. I definitely anticipate him bringing Toxapex. Toxapex is really good as a counter to Dracovish because my water attacks don't do much against it. I anticipate him bringing Latias just as a very, maybe a calm mindset or something very physical, or not physical, but special, to be able to hit me hard. He's brought it, I believe, every week, so I think he would definitely bring it as something kind of just destroy my team. And Palossand, I anticipate him bringing as a Victini trick, being a ground type is really good, and a ghost type to kind of take those hits. It does not live Dracovish well, so it can't use the water compaction, I think, which gives a special attack buff if it gets hit by a water move. So he may also bring that for Slowbro. And yeah, let's get into the mons I did not bring. I did not bring Savali. I just did not think it had a good matchup against his team. I thought a lot of my other mons did very good, so it was not able to be brought. Slowbro, I am not bringing, I think for the first time. I just didn't think he had a great matchup this week, and I thought Victini and Dracovish handled those typings better than bringing that. Eventually, I did not think webs were needed, and I didn't really think having a bug and electro type was that great this week. I thought I could do more with my other mons. Cobalion I didn't think was great. It kind of gets walled by his Tapu Koko. And yeah, Vanillux I didn't think was great this week. And Yama, again, is our mascot pick. And it's doing quite a good job as our little mascot over there in the corner. Alright, let's get into the team I did bring. My first mon is Hippowdon. This is here for the Tapu Koko. Absolutely walls that thing. Earthquake does a tremendous amount of damage to his team. Slack off for longevity, Stealth Rocks, and Toxic. Toxic can be good for putting things on timer, like if he switches into the Latias on this thing. Toxic can be great. It's a setup set. Slack off's there. Stealth Rocks can be really good for any sashes to break or just getting chip on his team. It does really good against Infernape, getting that, I believe, 25% because it's a fire type. So Stealth Rocks is really good this week, and this thing takes on Infernape incredibly well. And let's get into our next one. To make use of the sand, we have Dracovish rocking its Choice Band, Vicious Wren, Outrage, Psychic Fangs for Toxapex, and Crunch is there for the Latias. This thing does tremendous damage. Vicious Wren hits super hard and can kill a lot of his team once it gets weakened. I envision this thing being kind of a late sweeper, and yeah, I think it's put in a lot of work this season. Hopefully it will put in a lot more in this final match. Victini, I think, could be really good. We are a little bit of a faster set. We are special this week. Blue Flare, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Taunt. Taunt is to prevent him from setting up anything against us, like Calm Minds. Shadow Ball just does really good against his team with the Latias and the Palossand. Blue Flare can be really good against his Mega, and Psychic does a number on the Toxapex. I think this mon can put in a lot of work. I'm excited to see what it does. I think we have a pretty good matchup against this team, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we do. Let's get into our really heavy hitter, MAWILE. This mon is really good this week. We didn't need any speed, so we are doing max HP, max attack with a little defense, adamant nature. Sword Stance, Play Rough, Sucker Punch, Knockoff. Nothing wants to take a Play Rough from this thing, and if we get Sword Stance, we can pretty much just destroy his team with Sucker Punch. Knockoff Play Rough is just incredible combination, and nothing really wants to take a Play Rough. And Knockoff is really good against some of his other mons. Sucker Punch can be great for the Latias, just to be able to one-shot that thing. And yeah, let's get into our final mon. Or not final mon, pardon me. Among Us is an absolutely beast this week. It can 1v1 or 2v1 Toxapex and Pillow Sand. This thing is an absolute monster. Giga Drain can just do tremendous damage to that. Synthesis for a little bit more recovery, and Toxic to maybe whittle down some of those mons. This thing is an beast and is our special defensive wall this week. I really think it's going to put in a lot of work against his team. It can definitely 1v1 Toxapex and Pillow Sand, just walling those completely. So I'm really excited to use it. I think it's going to be putting in a lot of work this week. And our final mon is Mandibuzz. Rocky Helmet, Foul Play, Roost, Brave Bird, and U-Turn. U-Turn just to get out of there if there's something we don't like. Brave Bird is absolutely incredible against the Infernape, being 4 times super effective. Roost for longevity, and Foul Play if he has anything that sets up physically, like if the Infernape wants to go or something else. That also hits the Latias pretty hard. And yeah, Overcoat prevents us from getting sand damage, and this is going to help again with our defensive. A lot of this team's physically offensive, so we want to have a few defensive mons. And yeah, let's get into the battle. Alright, so he did end up bringing the Porygon, which is alright. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to lead my Hippowdon. He goes into his Pillow Sand. So we're both going to exchange rocks here. That's alright. I want to Toxic this thing, because having Shore Up can be really annoying. He has Giga Drain, so that's going to be a little problematic for my Hippowdon. But I have a very safe switch into Among Us here, so I want to do that. And he goes for the Giga Drain again. That does nothing. I can go for the Giga Drain in return and do a tremendous amount of damage back and get some recovery. He has Scorching Sands. That does a decent amount of damage, but we're going to be able to recover a lot of that back. I anticipate him to either switch here, or as he's getting toxic damage pretty wrapping up on him, he goes for the Shore Up. I can go for the... I ended up going for the Synthesis, thinking he was going to switch. I can go for another Giga Drain this turn to just finish him off. He goes to Latias on the Giga Drain. That's fine. We can go into... We have a few options here. We can go into Mandibuzz, or we can go into MAWILE. I think MAWILE is a pretty fun play, so I'm going to do that. I anticipate him to go for a Psychic. We take that no problem, and we can Mega on this turn and hit him really hard. So I'm going to go for the Play Rough here. He goes his Heracross. That is not going to want to take this. I believe we kill it. We do. Alright, so that's a 1 kill for MAWILE. That's awesome. Alright, so I anticipate this thing probably to fake out. So I'm going to just go in Mandibuzz. He probably had a fighting move, actually. You just go for the fake out, so that's fine. I can go for the Brave Bird here. Unfortunately, he switches, anticipating that, so I'm not going to be able to kill this thing. But we can do some damage with this thing. Just kind of stand here. It can't do too much damage to us. Knockoff, unfortunately, is going to remove our Rocky Helmet. We can go for the Foul Play and kind of chip this thing down. We do okay damage, not the best. He has Toxic, so we are not going to want to stay in here for too long. Among Us is an amazing switch, being able to take whatever he wants to go for. He does switch into his Palossand, so we have an easy Giga Drain here. He may switch out into his Infernape. He just goes for the Scorching Sands. That's fine. I can go for the Giga Drain, do tremendous amounts of damage to him. That Giga Drain's insane, how much damage that does. He's probably going to switch. He just stays in, so we are able to kill this thing. I went for the Sledge Bomb in case he switched into something that did not appreciate the grass type move. He does go into his Latios. I can go Mandibuzz here. We should be able to live whatever he wants to go for. Yikes, that did a lot of damage. I'm going to Brewster. We want to keep this thing healthy. He goes into his Toxapex, that's fine. We are able to roost and get some health back for longevity. And I can switch right back into my Amoonguss and just kind of 1v1 this thing. He has Liquidation, so that's pretty okay. He's not going to do too much damage with that. He goes into his Infernape on the Giga Drain, which is fine. That does decent damage. I can go into my Hippowdon here, and we should live whatever he wants to go for. Yeah, Fire Punch, we take that, no problem. I don't believe we live another one though, so he actually switches, so I'm going to be able to get a Slack off here, which is great. I can go into Mandibuzz again, or my MAWILE. I think MAWILE is pretty good. We can definitely apply some pressure. He has Wish support. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to go for the Swords Dance here. He has Shadow Ball, which isn't bad. We are able to get the Swords Dance here. I can't see him staying in with the Sucker Punch. So obvious. So I'm going to go for the Play Rough. He does stay in, so I should have Sucker Punched. That's my bad. But Knockoff is just absolutely incredible in case you want to switch. So we can Sucker Punch here, and we'll be able to pick up the kill on Porygon. We are, so Victini is just taking names today. Taking names. Alright, so I saw this thing has Fake Out. We are able to live a Fake Out, so I'm going to go for the Play Rough. I doubt he has, or Sucker Punch rather. I doubt he has 2 moves. So Sucker Punch is good here. Mach Punch, unfortunately, he does have double priority. So that's fine. We can go into our Hippowdon and Earthquake and kill this thing. He shouldn't have anything too wild. He has Power Up Punch. That's not going to do much. And we should be able to kill him here. So now it's 5 against 1. We're looking very good. I can go into my Amoonguss here. Very safe switch in too. We can 1v1 this thing pretty much no problem. Could get a little shenanigans if he gets the defense drop. Just spoken in existence, he definitely did get the defense drop. I think probably going Dracovish here to get the kill might be good. After, if I don't want to take a ton of damage and lose my Amoonguss. Yeah, I think probably going Dracovish on the water is probably a good play. He does decide to knock off, which sucks because we're going to lose a choice band here. Probably Outrage is our best play, so I'm going to go for that. He has Toxic, which sucks. I think he may be the stall set, so if he is, we are going to want to switch back into Amoonguss to avoid being stalled out here for the toxic damage. So yeah, he is the set, so we can go back in our Amoonguss here. And we should have no problem taking this thing on. He goes for a Baneful Bunker again, which is fine. We can go for the Giga Drain and hit this thing pretty hard. He gets the Liquidation off, which is fine. Does not get the defense drop, which I believe is a 10% chance. And yeah, so we should have this in the bag. I'm going to go for the Giga Drain here. He goes for the Liquidation. Does get the drop again. That doesn't matter because he is dead. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.